2, 1. And we're live, baby.
What's going on, guys?
What is going on, everybody?
So how's everybody?
Tuning in, sorry. If you're just tuning in, this is Super Critical. I'm Dan Z, and I got today a very special guest, F-Core. Franco could not be with us today. He's out there working for the man, out in sunny California, I believe, doing adult things, not watching kids, drones, whatever, with us, having a good time. We'll miss him, but we have someone fantastic to fill in his space for this stream. Mr. F-Core, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm pretty excited. Yeah. Wish I could go fly right now, but hey, you know what? I get to watch you guys fly tonight, so it's time to get super critical on you.
Dude, I'm very excited to have you, and man, this is so weird because this is the first super critical live stream I'm doing without Franco. And Franco is a very structured individual, and I'm more fly by the seat of my pants, so it may be a little rougher around the edges today, folks. But if you bear with us, I promise we'll have a good time.
We'll get through this one together, guys. You know.
Yeah, what's been going on with you, F-Core? What's been going on with you lately?
Oh man, I've just been working. Trying to make the money. Paying for the new house I got. Supporting the lovely fiance and everything, and just trying to, progress life. Basically.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to just buckle down and do it.
Trying to progress in things outside of FPV. That is a very noble thing to do, and actually, something we all got to do. So kudos to that. And
thanks, man.
One of the things that I feel like I'm very fortunate for is that in my circle of drone pilots that I know, I am able to be surrounded by a lot of very talented people, and Jason, aka F-Core, you are definitely one of them. You have a flying style that is like very aggressive and smooth, and holy shit, I definitely do not fly like that.
Thanks, man. I definitely appreciate that. I definitely do.
But yeah, you're a good time to just hang out with. Good dude, and yeah, it's definitely fun. We just flew together on Friday, and it was really sick to just see how you put your lines together. We flew at the abandoned mall together too, just a couple weeks ago.
That was pretty sick. Definitely thanks for taking me there. Oh my God, even though I exploded my quads, but I had a blast, man. I definitely had a blast.
Since we're talking about it,
you got a video? You got a video?
I'm gonna play your video from the Bando Mall.
Oh shit! Don't play mine, man. Play your video.
Gonna play yours. Gonna play yours.
Oh, here we go, guys. Please be super critical. All right.
Dude, this is definitely a dream spot. I know a lot of people would love to have the opportunity to fly here, and we're definitely fortunate that this is not too far from us. But for any of you guys that are tuning in and might not know F-Core, super good pilot. I think really underrated. If you don't know who F-Core is, you should know. And one of the things that I'm kind of striving for with this whole stream that Franco and I are doing, is kind of the purpose of it was to see like how can we push each other. Like when you go out flying with the homies, you've always got someone that can like either show you different lines or that you can talk to directly to ask about like, hey, how'd you do this or that? And this is trying to be an analog kind of for flying with your buddies. And one of the things I'd like to try to do is to try to find, a little bit of advice that might be helpful for pilots who are trying to progress And I'm always wondering, like, do you remember, is there a specific moment where you realized, like, the drone thing was clicking for you, and was it, like, you learning to do a certain thing, or, you know, anything like that?
I mean, for me, it's just from the start. I felt like I was addicted right away. It just snapped like, okay, this is what I want to do. I love doing it. You know, I had a lot of different hobbies, and then as soon as I started to fly drones, it's pretty much, it consumed me in a way. It gave me that, I don't want to reveal anything to everybody, but, you know, I am afraid of heights. It's not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling. So me being able to actually get up in the sky, I've always wanted to fly like planes and stuff like that. I always thought flying was so neat, but FPV kind of gave me that aspect that I can be up high as I want and get that freedom like a bird, that I could just cruise around, and there's no rules, there's no limits. It's just whatever you put your mind to doing it, you just try it, and then you get it, and then the satisfaction is just like, it's crazy.
It's like, it is a very, like, creative and expressive, I'd even call it like an art form, you know what I mean? The way that somebody flies and approaches an obstacle can be very unique to that individual, and it's like, it's very cool. I liken it to, you know, skateboarding, BMX, breakdancing, you know, all that stuff. Was there a point in your flying career thus far where you kind of felt like it had clicked with you, like you're like, oh my god, like I know how to fly the quad now? Like, is there like a specific moment you remember that was like that?
I can't remember exactly, but it's when it really clicked for me is when I was able to, what I like to say is like almost close my eyes and be able to kind of fly. Like the trick that I envisioned in my mind, being able to put that onto the sticks is what I'm kind of saying. That's when I noticed it clicked. And for me, like, you know, I still got a lot to learn. There's like a lot of things that, you know, I should be a little bit more precise on and stuff like that. But, you know, that's the one thing about freestyle. It's an expression of yourself. And for me, like I say, I just bang the sticks and I see where I end up. You know, whatever feels good. It's kind of hard. You just got to get yourself into it a little bit.
So
kind of like,
in order to get to that point where you felt like you were able to close your eyes and envision the trick that you wanted to do, is there anything you felt like you had pursued to get to that point, or?
Pretty much it was just, you know, just going from one goal to another. I don't want to say that there was like a certain point, because like each one of us as pilots, we have different goals and different things that we actually, you know, want to progress on or do, like a different style, like flying straight through stuff or doing some flippy floppies and stuff. But for me, it was just, you know, the progression of like, if I see something that I like that somebody else does, like a maneuver, I'll practice that. And then once I get that move, you know, then I feel better. And then I'll just try to link it up into other moves and stuff like that. I think it's more of a aspect of, you know, the progression, seeing the progression.
Right.
In general. I can't say that there's a certain moment, you know, per se.
Right. There isn't one. I'm looking for that one profound lesson that's going to unlock it for everyone. I don't know if that, I don't know if that actually exists, but I'm always interested in hearing people's kind of like perspectives on how they got to the point at you know, where they're at now. And it sounds like for you, it's just been a matter of stick time and repetition and just kind of like really hammering that until like you said, it's like you could close your eyes and envision exactly what you needed to do. So when you go out to fly, you knew how to kind of go about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's pretty much like, for me, it's it's pretty much that simple. Like,
Yeah.
it's my passion for it is just like I'm my own worst critic. So I look at my videos and I'm like, dude, that was horrible. So I'll be like, nope, push that video across, and then, oh, nope, that was horrible. Okay, so
Yeah.
now I need to work on this the next week, and then I'll just slowly start to work on that one maneuver or that thing. It's, I
Interesting.
just
Do you review while you fly?
I used to a lot, but I usually the first two packs that I fly, I tend to review them just if I have my camera settings crappy or I forget
Mm-hmm.
to change something. And then kind of to review it just like how I'm flying. If I'm flying too aggressive for a spot, that I need to be a little bit more laid back and more cinematic, or vice versa. And then I kind
Yeah,
of just go with that. But
I see. Danish Stallion in the chat. He's wanting to know, what does F core mean? I know a lot of people have asked that question.
okay, so F core, it's basically is like freedom. With FPV, you have freedom. It also stands for flight. But it's basically just taking that freedom and that flight and just really getting to the core. Because, like I said, I had a super hard passion for FPV. As soon as I first flew it, just snapped. So I was just like, all right, let's take this to the core.
Yeah, yeah. I think, I could also attest to FPV, like, kind of just grabbed me. I stumbled across it, and it, like, that was it. That's kind of become everything,
Mhm.
outside of work and family life and whatever. This is the sort of art form or craft or whatever that really kind of drives me, and that I'm pursuing and being fulfilled by.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that's awesome. Freedom core, flight core, to the core. That's
Yep.
dope. That's dope.
Flight.
I will say one of the things in my FPV career that I feel like was a seminal moment for me was actually involving you.
Really?
It was the game of FPV
Mhm.
that we held, and I wasn't going to participate. Um, I wasn't going to participate, but then Franco said, like, yeah, you should do it, and so I did, and I did not think I would be able to do any of the things that people were doing, but it was, chasing after the things that you were doing, and the tricks that
Mhm.
other people were doing, and finding out that, like, holy shit, I'm actually capable of a lot more
Mhm.
than I thought I was. Um, Really, like, gave me a whole nother level of confidence that you kind of need when you're chasing after it. I lost eventually, but I felt like I did way better than I would have expected myself to do, and that was pretty dope.
Mhm.
That was
I,
pretty
I
dope.
I do gotta admit that it does, because that was probably like one of the first competitions that I've actually did or whatever, got involved with people kind of like in a competitive aspect.
Uh huh.
But it was kind of intimidating. There was a lot of people there. There was also a lot of good pilots, like really good
Yeah.
pilots and everything like that. And
Yeah.
some of the maneuvers that some of these guys were doing, like I was actually thinking to myself, like, how the hell am I going to nail that? Like,
Yeah.
like, oh man.
What's interesting is just like how many pilots out there nowadays are just killing it.
Oh, especially
Um,
right off the bat.
like right
Like,
off the bat, yeah. A lot of
mhm,
people that are just flying, like they just started during the pandemic or whatever, and like a year into it, and they're just like fucking amazing. Slat is actually a really great example of it. I mean, it's been a couple
mhm.
years for him now, but
But he
when
was
I
he was young.
first,
He
yeah,
was young blood.
yeah, when I first met Slat, and it was like just before he had blown up, he was flying for like 8 months or something like that. It was something ridiculous. Um, but yeah. Anyway, speaking of pilots who are out there killing it, I want to highlight somebody. I've highlighted this man before, French Ripper, but absolutely amazing. I watched this video and I enjoyed every single minute of it. It's Mika FPV out of France, and it looks like it's called the FPV Road Trip. So I think they just did a little a getaway with a bunch of buddies hitting a bunch of different bandos. Let's sit back. Let's enjoy this.
Ooh, that's a nice save.
Fellow Action 2. I feel like the Action 2 is kind of taken over FPV a little bit.
So, yeah, definitely. How are you liking the Action 2, by the way? You digging it?
The flight, the benefit of the flight characteristics is insane. It's absolutely insane. When I'd been flying the heavy ass GoPros for so long that I'd forgotten what it was like. And taking off 100 grams on your quad, it gave me like an extra 30 to 45 seconds of flight time too. It was insane.
Did you notice that it did anything with like the flight performance at all?
Yeah, I mean, they added flight time, yeah, but just also not having as much weight made it easier to control. Like I've raced quads and I've had the freestyle quads, and you know, I've definitely always noticed that with the race quads being like 200-300 grams lighter, it's so much easier to just put that thing exactly where you want it to go. And
like, so it has more agility to it, so you could like
more agility and responsiveness to the throttle. And it was just something I forgot, because I used to fly a session back in the day, and I remember switching to the 8, and you know, the first time flying the 8, I was like, whoa, I can feel the weight difference, but I never went back. And
why is that? How come you never went back to the session? Like, you just was it the
image
video quality? Okay.
Yeah, video quality is very important to me. Like, I think FPV is, you know, for me, it's kind of like a combination of all the things. It's going out, flying, and then it's also cutting together that video. And, you know, I've been working in the post-production world for over 10 years now. Like, video and film, that's my job. And so that's just something that'll, like, never get by, you know? Like, I won't be satisfied if my image isn't looking crispy. You know what I mean?
No, yeah. That's the only thing I can say that really made me want to go to the Action 2 was the session. Yeah, I love the weight, the size, the form factor, and everything, but it was just like that image quality was just not holding up anymore. It was like, you see all these guys with the Hero 8, just the Hero 8, and their quality of their video is just beautiful. And then you look at a session video and it's just like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. And the thing I like, so I've been bouncing back and forth between the ultra wide and the wide on the DJI, and I wonder, what do you think? Is Mika filming in ultra wide here or wide?
I think it's wide. I would assume it's wide. I mean, you could really tell when they do like rolls and stuff. So if like you don't see like a lot of the outside, it's kind of weird how to explain it, but you can really tell with rolls and flips if you compare them side by side. But this almost looks like it's like a wide, D warp. So that way it kind of like brings the outsides not too fisheye. Got you. It looks like it, but it could just be standard wide.
Optic compensation type thing,
Or
dude,
you could be doing what I do, crop it in about 20%.
So you shoot ultra wide.
Yep.
I like how we just went for it at the end.
I know that. I was waiting for it. That was a killer video. Definitely killer.
So you shoot ultra wide, and then you scale up to kind of take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't though. There's a few times it all depends on like where I'm flying. Like the last little video that I posted in the parking garage, I kept that. I didn't scale anything because when I scaled it, it just it didn't look right. So like the ultra wide view, I think it
Uh-huh.
looks really good in like tight, like parking garages, bandos, or anything that's like really tight that you're in. It kind of adds
Yeah.
like a different finesse to it in a way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But if I'm flying a field, I'll crop that in 20%, like all day.
Gotcha. I think I think I've decided on running wide, at least
Mm-hmm.
for now. I like it because the wide is basically super view.
Mm-hmm.
Like I compared them side by side, and it's almost like I can't almost can't tell the difference.
Well, I got a
So
challenge for you. This may
okay,
change your mind. This may not, but this will
okay,
give you. It'll give you the deciding factor if you're going to go with the ultra wide or not.
okay.
Just run ultra wide for a week and just fly at least one pack a day, and look at each video and then just progress from that video. Like say you do the same line over and over. It's like, okay, ultra wide. Let's see if I can get closer. Let's see if I can get closer and closer, and just see how you
Oh,
feel after, because it does change your attack to how you're actually gonna hit that trick or that gap or everything, because you're thinking in your head that it's gonna look so far away, so you may actually end up getting closer to stuff and giving a
oh,
different
interesting.
dynamic.
That's
That's the only
interesting.
that's what I noticed, because after I broke my session, or not my session, excuse me, my action two at the mall, I started using my session until I was able to get a new one.
Uh
And I
huh.
noticed that I was just so close to objects in the session, it looked like, versus
Oh.
before I was so far back.
You know what? That is very interesting. Actually, I'm gonna consider it. I'm gonna consider
Just
it.
do it.
The
Try it
ultra
and
wide
see
is
what happens.
polarizing.
Yeah, it's
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. That's very interesting.
so I got a challenge for you. That's the challenge for the
Okay.
week.
All right. I'll do it. I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try.
And here's the catch though. You got to post
Okay.
that. You got to post your best video next episode.
Oh man, I don't know. I'm moving this week, and then I got a project starting, so I don't even know if I'll be able to fly.
Okay,
But
okay. Well, sometime in the future then. How's
okay,
that?
okay. But I will put my best foot forward, and I'll try what you're saying, because I think that's actually super interesting. I never thought about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See. All right. So before we got to before we get into our viewer videos, the viewer submissions, I want to plug a couple things. Game of FPV, the super critical game of FPV at Checkerboard Field, Forest Park, Illinois. Wait, is it Forest Park? Checkerboard Field is. Oh my goodness, I should know it. I keep wanting to say Riverside,
It's
but
right
it's
across from
not.
Gulf Towers, isn't it? Checkerboard.
Yeah,
Uh,
Checkerboard RC. Um, it's on Sunday, July 24th. Danish Stallion in the chat is hinting not to do the ultra wide thing. He's pretty vocal about his dislike for the ultra
oh,
wide.
well,
He's
it's for some
he's
people and it's not for some people, I guess.
he's he's been ribbing.
I
He's
mean,
ribbing.
uh, I don't
Which
know. I can't do the wide just yet. I'm still, I don't know.
you don't
Maybe
even
one
mess with
day.
it.
No, maybe one day. One day, maybe I'll mess with it.
Miller Meadow. Yeah, it is Forest Park. I
Yeah.
was right. Forest
Yep.
Park. Forest Park, Illinois, on the 24th at Miller Meadow aka Checkerboard RC. It's a airplane flying field that they've been very gracious enough to give us a whole section of the field, and we always have either a race course set up. We're going to be building some freestyle obstacles and stuff there. It's going to be a great time. West Coast Throwdown is coming up in the weekend of August 22nd. That is going to be sick. If you can swing a trip to Oregon, you definitely should do it. And then there is one more event that I just learned about There are a bunch of dudes that are also in the Chicagoland area who I have never met in person. Fly Zone Drone. Do you know those guys?
Me, no, I don't.
So they, I believe they are like GPS drone dudes and they've gotten into FPV recently, and they are doing a meetup coming up here. This is why we need Franco. Franco has all this stuff lined up, and here I am looking it up on the stream like an idiot.
He's got all the knowledge, man. He's got it all played out.
Okay, Saturday, August 13th. Fly Zone Drone and Half Chrome, who is like another I think he was like a GPS drone dude, but is also getting into FPV stuff. And they are doing at Bussy Woods or the Ned Brown Meadows in Rolling Meadows, Illinois. And if any of you guys have any sort of events that you want to plug, please drop that information in the Discord, the Supercritical Discord. And we will make sure to plug it on the live stream. What is it? All right. So we're in the middle of the July bot battle, but coming up pretty soon, he's going to be asking for the August entries. I encourage you guys, if any of you guys are interested, to try doing the bot battle. It's a bit of a gauntlet, but it's really going to push you. And it's just kind of like an exciting thing to kind of shoot for every week. And with that, I believe we can get into it. You ready to get into this?
Let's see some videos, man. Let's see what you guys got.
Okay, so first up, I've plugged all the names into the randomizer. First up, we have Justin Drones.
Justin Drones flying a Brando. Boom. No stab. Nope. Motor noise. Beta Flight 4.3. He's letting us hear his tune right now.
Yeah. The Beta Flight 4.3 is pretty amazing, by the way.
I gotta say, even though I fly KISS and FedTech, I have no complaints with Beta Flight 4.3.
No,
none.
Doink. Doink. This looks like it could be a particularly deadly Brando.
Any one of those metal pillars right there, like right inside. Try to dive it. Ooh. I'm liking that crane though.
To the moon with this Maddie. Oh. Speed, man.
Yeah, speed, and he had a little finesse in there too. I definitely like that snap to that inverted yaw. That was pretty clean. Okay, good. I was waiting for that.
We're at the 2:30 mark. We're at the 2:30 mark. Justin Drones, really nice stuff.
That was good, man. That was definitely good.
All right, let me get his form up here. No, not this. Boom, boom. All right, people, here we go. I'm throwing Justin Drones' form in the chat right now. Spamming it hard. So please, please, please click over on the link. Give Justin your thoughts. And then F-Core and I are going to go back, watch this again from the top. And I definitely have some thoughts. I have some thoughts, and if you got thoughts, by all means, please share them. I
have a few.
Okay. All right, here we go. Boom. Justin Jones, great video, by the way. Great flying.
Definitely
especially
good.
At such a deadly spot.
I definitely, right off the bat, I give him props for, just the commitment on some of these like tighter tricks that he was doing in a metal. This ain't no bando. It's a pre-building, so it's definitely brand new.
Yeah.
Those metal beams are no joke sometimes.
All right, obviously Justin's is a pretty fantastic pilot, so a lot of these comments that I'm going to be giving are pretty aspirational. One of the things I'm noticing is that you've got the skill to attack the inside of this building at speed, which was sick. But I'm seeing a lot of this exterior stuff you're doing to the moon. Obviously you have the crane here, but there's also points later in the video where I see you do like an inverted yaw spin, and it seems like you're, 100 feet up in the air. You do a Rubik's Cube later, also like super tall. I feel like this stuff is amazing to me. Like it's an illustration of how controlled you are as a pilot, and if you can start mixing in some of those tricks tighter to your obstacles, I think it's gonna just like make it that much spicier.
I definitely agree with you on that. Like right here, definitely like it was sick how he did it. Like the whole momentum and the maneuver itself. But I feel like he could have gotten it a little bit lower on that inverted yaw, just a little bit lower, and kept it a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
But it was executed perfectly, though, I gotta say.
Yeah. So one thing that I actually learned from you with inverted yaw spins, because the thing is with inverted yaw spins, you do that spin super quickly, it's gonna rocket you back down to the ground, right?
Yep. It's gonna, no matter what, it's gonna have momentum when it spins. It's got to spin up two of those propellers.
Exactly. So what you see a lot of people doing is they'll send themselves to the moon so they can do an inverted yaw spin. But I heard you say that you kind of learned at one point, like, full throttle, like, blip yourself up, and then get inverted and start yaw spinning as you're going up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're fighting that momentum more, mm-hmm. and then that keeps your inverted yaw spins lower to the ground and gives you the time necessary in order to complete it.
The way that I thought about it was like, okay, it's all about momentum, because if you're going to be pretty much if you're going to be going back towards the ground, and especially with the two propellers spinning up, it's going to send you quicker. You need more momentum going up to be able to get that full spin in there. Because I've when I was first learning them, I was smashing straight to the ground and breaking quads all the time. So I just, as long as your momentum's still going up and you hit that inverted yaw and you hit it, and then it'll just almost seem like it just locks you in place, and you could be just like, bam. That's where he did it, and he snapped up and he stopped. And if you guys noticed, like, it looked like he was just hovering right there doing the yaw spin. You could definitely take that and bring it a little bit lower, because you definitely have that momentum regardless. So, what I would probably do is just try to, go into a field and go maybe 20 feet up, try doing it, 10 feet, little up, and then just say, for shits and giggles, 5 feet, and eventually just keep bringing the increments down lower and lower. But then again, he was in a pretty dangerous place for a quad.
That's that's a deadly spot, man.
Like,
That's a great video, and again, like,
definitely really good, man. You did a great
yeah,
job.
not nitpicking, not trying to like bring down in any way. This is aspirational stuff. This is the stuff I'm sure you as a pilot are always looking for ways to improve, and it's like, what's the next thing I could work on? And
we're,
like, just
we're not trying to be
tightening
mean or
everything
anything.
No.
We just want to see you guys progress. Like Dan was saying earlier, it's a lot of it is about hanging out with your friends and just progressing, having people be able to push you a little bit further. And what definitely me, and I guarantee Dan too, as well, as what Supercritical is about, is trying to progress everybody, give everybody that little extra push. So
Exactly. And we're going to take a look at Justin's scores right now. But before we do, I just want to say what's up to the people in the chat. Jinx FPV. Jinx is an all-around awesome dude. He does a lot of incredible like thumbnail artwork for us. He's done the flyers for the events. He's just an all-around sweet dude. Really talented artist, and he's killing it on the drone scene as well. His flying's getting better. His flying's getting a lot better. Fast.
no,
Austin Inspired. What's up, dude? Fuse.
we got Fuse up in here. Thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yep, I hope you're feeling better, my man. Forevermore. Carbon Cage, all the way from Australia, joining us. I don't know. I mean, he must be, it's upside down where he is, and it's like a day in the future. I don't even know what time is like over there. Scorpio, what's up? And Goldfinger Operator.
Mr. Goldfinger.
Yeah. Thanks, Pixel Pusher. Thanks for joining us. And let's get into it. Let's see what the people had to say about Justin Drone's flight.
What'd you have to say, guys?
All right, we got 7 responses. Thank you for participating. Thank you for letting Justin Drones know how you felt. So let's see. What are we looking at here? We're looking at 3.5 on intentionality. I think that's pretty fair. Speed 4. Difficulty 4. Definitely with all the tight gaps and everything he's hitting in there. Variety 4. Originality 3. Production, we're gonna say 2.5. And the je ne sais quoi, where we're at 57%. That is a yes. Let's take a look at some of the feedback here. Great tune. Could get a little closer like you did indoors. Sweet rips with crazy speed, but we need some tunes. So I know there are people that feel differently about this one, having music versus not having music. That's interesting. That's interesting. I think it was very intentional on Justin's behalf to do a video without music so that people can hear the crispiness of his tunes. But yeah, speed was good, but you carried high a few times. You can see really trying to figure out the Maddie. Great portions, but felt repetitive and far away at times. Okay. And the last comment is get tighter to stuff. Very good feedback. I think, a lot of people are echoing kind of some of the same things that we were feeling as well. So let's see. Let's give him a tally here. 3.5, 7.5, 11.5, 15.5, 18.5. Let's see, we get that half point, 19, 21 points, plus the je ne sais quoi at 22 points.
22. Good job,
That's very
man.
good. That's a solid score. Any final thoughts for Justin Drones before we move on to the next one?
Hey man, just keep pushing. Like you're definitely ripping it, man. Just keep on pushing. Like
Agreed.
That's all I got to say to everybody, even the pro pilots. Just keep pushing, man. Keep pushing those limits.
Hell yeah. Keep getting it. Keep pushing. Make things spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Spicy. All right.
Sure.
Up next, we've got Slopey FPV.
Slopey, let's see what you got, man.
Slopey. I don't know.
Has he been on?
We've
Has
had
he
him
been on
the
here?
channel.
Okay.
I don't believe so. I could be wrong. If you have been on here, Slopey, forgive me. But I believe this might be a first time.
Walk in, everything I'm paid for. VIP first class you pray for. Hey, the gift of life them no appreciate.
Got the like reggaeton, like jazz, reggaeton dance tunes going.
Oh, okay. So this is video feed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because at first I was wondering, is that a filter that's over the video? But no. Okay. So it's DVR.
People close, not you, girl. Independent, that's you, girl. Buy out the bar, that's you, girl. Designer clothes, that's you, girl. Independent women, yeah, we in loss. Cause you do it like a boss. You don't care what the thing costs. You love
Chez joining us in the chat. We got one of the racers, one of the super fast dudes here out of Illinois, joining us in the freestyle stream. Love having you. Enjoy flying freestyle with Chez every time.
Yeah, Chez.
He saves my ass every time we fly
Does
together. He? Yeah, he has actually.
Yeah,
Both times with a quad retrieval.
Oh, nice.
Once he helped me figure out where my quad crashed in a dirty ass pond, and then the second time he helped get my GoPro off of a I-beam that was like 120 feet in the air.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah. Chez is a legend.
Yeah, when I met him, he's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Like I met him at one of Billy's races.
Yeah.
I think over at the end of last summer and stuff. Solid dude. Solid.
So fast. And
oh man, I was watching his lines one day and I was just like, holy shit, dude, how do you do that, man? he's wicked on the sticks, man.
Dude, at I.O., he was up there racing with the likes of like the Min Chan Kims and the Evan Turners and whatever. And he, in his final heat, he had the win within sight. He was like 2 gates away, and then his battery just took a shit on him, and he just like fell out of the sky.
No.
He was flying so beautifully and amazingly fast, and it just wasn't in the cards for him that time. All right, Slopey FPV. Here we go. That was Slopey, everybody, with his HD0 feed. Here we go. Let me find Slopey's form here, and I'll get that spammed into the chat.
Make sure you guys vote, man. Put some comments in there, because this is the one way that we're able to help people get better too. And I hope you all posted some videos in here, so we're gonna be super critical of all of you.
Here we go. I am spamming Slopey's judging form in the chat right now. Please go ahead, give Slopey your advice, give Slopey your thoughts. Let him know, what you think and how you think he might be able to improve as well. Let's start this from the top. Yeah, I definitely have some thoughts. What do you think? What are your first impressions?
Well, my first impression is like, whenever I look at anybody's video, it's always like the quad, how well it flies in general, minus outside of, the skill level of any pilot or anything. I always like to see how well the quad is tuned, and I don't know if it's just the DVR footage, but it kind of seems like there's a few bounces and bobs here and there that maybe the tune could be a little bit better, which that also goes in hand with, if the tune is performing a lot better, you'll actually be a little bit more comfortable on the sticks. I do like the arrangement of different areas that he was actually going, using basically the whole canvas in a way. Doing some split S's over. But then again, one thing I would definitely say is, that was a close one right there. But, definitely flying a little high over some obstacles like that one split S, like right here, he could, be a little bit lower, let gravity take him a little bit more. But other than that, you're definitely flying good. You're definitely flying pretty good and solid, like nice, straightforward.
What happened there? What happened there with our video? I would say it appears to me that Slopey is more towards the beginning of like pushing himself as an FPV pilot, and I would just say keep pushing, man. Keep pushing. I can definitely see how you've got kind of some of the movements and motions figured out. I think practicing a lot of the basics, like your throttle control, keeping tight to the ground when you're flying, and then also just, practicing flying closer to obstacles, just like Jason said, not necessarily launching yourself so high. I know you want to be comfortable with the amount of clearance that you're getting so you don't get snagged in a tree or whatever, but you might have to get snagged in a tree a couple times and fish your quad out of there. I think that's part of growing in freestyle FPV. And one of the things that we always push and we always tell people is like, just get low and close to objects. That really, we're looking at a bunch of FPV feeds, whether it's from your DVR or an action camera. Everything is wide, and so you really need to get close to everything in order to really maximize on like the impressiveness of what it is we're doing with these drones, man. I mean, we're flying freaking robots around. Like it's fucking awesome. It's awesome, and just keeping it tight and close to things really helps that. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a look here. I hope everybody's been voting.
I hope everybody voted, man.
We got 8 responses here.
Ooh, that's a good one.
8 responses here. Thank you, everybody, for voting. Let's see. Let's take a look. Boom. Here we go. Intentionality, 3. Speed, 2. I would agree. I think that's fair. And again, like I said, I feel like he's towards the beginning of his kind of freestyle FPV career, whatever you want to call it. And I can tell you, it doesn't feel like you're fully comfortable yet. So speed is part of that. I'd love to see you start pushing yourself and going a bit faster. Difficulty, 2. Again, I think this harkens back to, just being newer, and like the more you fly and the more you progress, these types of things will improve. Variety, 2.5. Originality, 2. Production, 2. It's tough with the DVR. HD0, a lot of breakup. Actually, it was interesting. I liked seeing how HD0 performs in that sort of environment. I didn't really have a reference of where it was that Slopey was standing, right? So there was like that moment he flew behind the trees and it was just full on, pixelization.
Yeah, and then when he went up by the rafter too, up in the air, there was like a little bit of breakup that was happening a little bit more over there. So
okay.
I would definitely, if he's in the chat, I would definitely like to know, where were you standing? Like how far away was that?
Scorpio FPV actually makes a really good comment in the chat. If you increase your camera angle, it'll help you with your speed. It'll force you to fly faster.
That's a good one.
And I think that's a good thing. And I also I fly 30, but I've also raced, like when I race, I fly at 45. I always encourage people, if you want to be really good at freestyle, I think racing is a really fantastic way of helping you progress and helping you progress quickly, because it's, you know, even if you're not like the competitive type and you don't want to be the next Alex Vanover or Evan Turner or whatever, I think that's totally fine. But I think if you go out and try racing and just try to always beat yourself and see how fast you can push yourself and force yourself to shoot those gaps or gates, you're really going to improve quickly. And then when you go to fly freestyle, it's going to change the game for you, because all of a sudden you're not necessarily going as fast all the time, but you are committing to the gaps and things that you want to hit, and you learn how to adjust in the moment. You know, like how sometimes you try to like go for a dive or gap or something and it doesn't line up quite right. You know, you don't always put yourself exactly where you want to be. I feel like with racing, that has given me that ability to like toss up into that place and recognize that I'm off, but then know how to adjust to hit said gap. Anyway, I know that was a rant. I don't know. I don't think you ever really raced, Jason, so I don't know how you
not much, but I mean, to be honest with you, the few times that I have with Billy over in Glenview, like, it actually helped with me being more comfortable with hitting gaps and actually getting more speed through different obstacles. And it kind of, instead of having like a, you know, no limit on a height gap, racing through gates, you got to be very precise, not just height, but all aspects.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to hit that tight, it kind of like, you just sit there and you just do the same course over and over. So it's kind of like training your mind that,
Totally.
hey, I'm coming around this corner. You're just automatically, with your freestyle, it's going to transition over to it. And
it's kind of like forcing you to do the basics,
yeah,
right? And
it's
like just really get really good at doing the basics.
Oh yeah, like it definitely, for me, it made a complete difference in like me being able to carve around stuff and just flow through stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it's to me, I agree with you. It's always a good thing to do some racing, and just, even if it's at your house, just find some trees and just rip around it, get closer and closer.
Yeah. And if you could time yourself, do it and like try to figure it out. I know that's a tangent. I know, you know, and whatever. I don't know what your situation is, Slopey, but if you have access to a bunch of dudes that are racing, that's definitely something I would consider. Back to the scoring. Je ne sais quoi.
How much does he got?
Not this time. It's 71% no, 28% yes. But not this time, man. Keep pushing. I'm so happy that you've posted, and I hope you're having fun flying. It looked like you did. Let's see the feedback. You seem early in flying, and like you honestly didn't set out to wow the world, which is okay. Keep ripping. I totally agree. And again, I'm happy that you shared with us. More sim time needed. Also tuning. I don't know how long you've been flying for or whatever, but yeah, the tune thing is a more complicated aspect of FPV, that the longer you do it, the more you dig into it, the more you can kind of learn and know how to attack it. Don't be afraid to get closer to the ground. I know you can do it. I know you can do it too. Had some good freestyle moves, but they were spaced out too much. Try to go a little faster and link moves together. Great flying for a newer pilot. Keep it up. Hell yeah. I really like that everybody is being, you know, they're trying to push Slopey forward.
And I would love to see what he brings next to the table if he posts next show. I would love to see what he puts out there.
Hell yeah, Slopey, and I really hope you do participate again. Great spot with good lines, but long time in between tricks and gaps. Keep up the good work. Keep pushing. Hell yeah. All right, everybody. That was Slopey. Good stuff, Slopey. Thanks again for submitting. We are going on to video number 3 for the night, and it is none other than our man. First time, long time listener, first time caller, Jinx FPV.
Oh, there's the man right here.
very glad that he's posted here. Ah, that little flare there looks so cool.
It's just niggas shooting dice on the basketball courts. Waiting for the day to get revenge for the days of the slave ships. You got the Bloods and the Crips, uniting, putting guns together.
Oh, yep.
To give white people stormy weather. But they can't hide under no umbrella. Cause we'll be breaking niggas out the motherfucking jail cell, fella. So who gives a hell of about the man?
Ooh, that was close to the ceiling.
So here we go again, scaring people to death. Knocking niggas out.
Dude, that's a trick that I was like afraid to do in there. Inverted yaw spins in there. I felt like I kept busting out on them.
I mean, they can be intimidating with a roof cap on top of you.
Yeah.
And Jinx is definitely popping some in there.
On the front line.
Hell yeah. Short but
Good job,
sweet.
man.
Let's play that again because that was only a minute and a half. Good stuff, Jinx. Here we
That
go.
was good. That was real good. And I know this from personal experience. This spot is not kind with quads at all.
No.
So it's definitely, he was throwing some tech out there too. Ooh, I love that intro.
Doom Rider joining us in the chat.
Doom, what is up?
I know that this spot is on his FPV bucket list. I'm sure he's salivating a little bit, watching all these videos, looking at all the fun we've had without him.
But from what I hear, Doom Rider's up in our neck of woods, so
He might be having his brand of fun there. No doubt.
yeah.
I'd be so psyched to see. I love seeing other people fly the same spots that I do.
Mhm. Not to mention, this spot is it's so chill. Nobody bothers you, no issues, no nothing. You could just hang out.
I was surprised, man. I thought we would have some other urban explorers popping
Yeah.
up or whatever, because we definitely, the first time I went there were definitely a bunch of kids that showed up, and their first instinct was to just start smashing shit.
Smashing stuff.
Yeah, so we're trying to fly, and then we just hear glass breaking and drywall being punched through. I don't know, whatever kids these days do. I just spammed the voting form in the chat.
Right.
Everybody,
in chat,
please click
right
on the
over,
link.
over there.
Yeah, yes. Give Jinx your thoughts. Let my mans know what's up, how you liked his flight, and if there's something you believe that he could improve upon. You know, doesn't matter what your skill level is. If you're, the best pilot in the world or a brand new pilot, I think all feedback and voting is appreciated. So here we go. Let's watch it. Let's watch it again from the top, and I definitely want to hear your thoughts, your perspective on this. Here we go.
Damn. I like that
Nice way to
beginning.
open it.
That's so nifty.
And I appreciate, I mean, Jinx is very talented, right, in the graphic design world, so he has like a really slick graphic opening. Those are things that I enjoy. I think it bumps up the level. Also, production quality on this I think is pretty fantastic. There's a really
Yeah,
nice
it's pretty good.
color grade on it. It's all very even.
Was he using an ND filter?
I'm not sure, but he's got a good deal of motion blur, and I'm not particularly noticing much like exposure breathing happening. He's probably got an ISO range, but I think his shutter is set.
Yeah, because I think he was using the Action 2 for this, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So,
Um,
and Jinx, what do you, for your settings, do you use ultra wide or do you use the wide? Are you on the dark side or are you on the light side?
I think that he's flying ultra wide in this.
Ultra wide?
It looks
Okay.
kind of like ultra wide to me. I gotta say, like, most of our viewers won't know this, but you know, I've had the pleasure of knowing Jinx for a little bit now, and I can see such a giant improvement in his flying. There's a lot of really good flowy stuff happening in there. The one thing that I would say, just watching the video, and it's I think a lot of people do this at every spot they go to, and it's you always fly. You kind of like pick one spot to fly from, and then you just fly those same kind of obstacles over and over again. And I would have loved to see Jinx, you know, fly more than just that kind of like center portion, and then the kind of whatever the holes in the floor are. They're awesome. Don't get me wrong, and you flew them really well. But there's always more to a space, and I think that it's always worthwhile when you go to a spot to try to move while you're there. Don't just sit in one spot the entire day. I think it's good to pick up, go to the other side of the building or spot or whatever, and fly from there and see how that changes things.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and I'm a big I do that a lot. I choose one obstacle and I stick there too long. The one thing that I would definitely say for you, Brad, Mr. Jinx FPV, man, it's a little bit more speed. I feel like a little bit more speed with the link of the combos that you're doing. Like, you're talking about some Vic stuff right there. Vic FPV, like he's got that style, man. That nice flowy, smooth, snappy. You know, I do gotta say, your style from when I first met you, you've just been progressing and getting that technical on there. I just think now if you got a little bit more speed involved into it, it'll take that and just bring you to a whole new level. But good job, man. Good job.
Hell yeah, bro. And dude, I'm so excited you've submitted on here. We got 9 responses from people on this one.
Ooh,
let's take
going
a look.
up.
What do the people have to say for Jinx? Intentionality of 5 with 6 people responding for a 66.7%. 666, praise the Dark Lord. Speed 4, difficulty 4, variety 4, originality 5, production 5, je ne sais quoi, yes. Let's see the feedback for the video. We got fire, which I would agree. He brought that. Fire! Jinx, be my daddy, and be my daddy as well.
I think I know who said that one.
Takes crazy proxy skills just to keep ripping in a place like that. Throttle control on fleek. That was sick. Only critique is that you could have included longer lines. I know it's hard at a spot like this, but I think that would be next level for you. Great rip. The rip was on point. Nice job. Inverted yaw was so good. Heart eyes. And then, hell yeah, that was awesome. Level up. Only thing is a little too dark comparing to Dan Z and F-Core. That's interesting. I think it was kind of like a creative choice, right? He's kind of like matching the environment a little more, like bringing out the dingy, grungy nature of it. I didn't. I think when I grade stuff on my own, I really like to have kind of like a flatter image, and I like a lot of details. So I'll bring my shadows up quite a bit, like the darker portions. But that's just something I like to do. But definitely Jake's something to consider.
Jinx did say that he uses an ND filter to protect the lens. He was using an ND4 filter, so that's where I noticed it was a little bit darker in like the shadier spots, but it had a more consistent with the lighting and everything. It wasn't, like you said, you didn't see any of the ISO popping up and down. Yeah. So that could also be a contributing to why it was a little bit darker as well.
Sure.
But that was
all right. Oh, Balkan X in the chat. What's up, my dude?
What
Remedy,
up?
Welcome. Thanks for joining us. Motherfucking Brent Litzer is in here. Double sunroof. Brent Litzer joining us. Thanks for joining us, guys. Let's give up. Let's see what the tally is for Jinxie Poo here. We got a 5. We got 4, which is 9. We got 13. We got 17. We got 22. We got 27 with the je ne sais quoi. That's a 28.
Ooh, 28.
Let's hit him again with that.
That was a good job, man. That was good. That was a good video.
Hell yeah. All right, but Jinx's old hat now. Time to go on
to the next
pilot. Time to go on to the next. Thanks again, Jinx, for submitting. Up next, we got Blaze.
Blaze.
How do you convert to kiss rates? LOL. So I think, F4, this would definitely be in your wheelhouse, because I know you've spent a lot of time flying in parks and fields.
Oh yeah, too much time. That's pretty much the first year.
Yeah, I think that's part of what makes you who you are as a pilot, and why you can do such impressive things. And that's something I personally did not do, and you know, sometimes I feel like, yeah, I should go hit the parks more.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the parks, it's an open canvas. There's nothing in your way, nothing to crash into except for the ground. So it's always a good place to go and, you know, practice, you know, some technical tricks and stuff like that. And hey, if you do have a tree, you know, get a, you know, proximity, getting close to it, different variations and stuff.
Which also presents its own set of challenges as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here we go. I'm about to spam the voting form. Here we go, into the chat right now.
Right over there, guys. Like, right there. See it going up? There you go.
Let my man Blaze know what you thought of his flight. We're going to rewind it. And I'm so glad you're here, because I think your perspective on field flying, would be great here.
I do gotta say, like, he's definitely doing some nice combos and everything like that. The one thing I will say is, with field flying, it's nice to get really high, like some of those S-Bang kind of guys or the Spang guys. But I do feel like keeping yourself a little bit lower will add more dynamic to the video, make it just a little bit more dynamic. But I mean, your movements are pretty fluid. The tune sounds really good, really good.
I think kind of touching on what you were saying, like, you know, obviously forever we will always press this on Super Critical, but getting tight to things is like one of the best things you can do for your flight videos. It's always about getting tight and can you go faster. And with the Spang stuff here, because this is open field flying, what I'm wondering would be a good thing to kind of chase here is if you could kind of add a bit more spice by doing a lot more directional changes. That's one of the things that I notice with Spang, is that they'll do, you know, it's constantly like a lot of rewinds and TikToks and whatever, and I think that is partially the way that they make open field flying so interesting, is that they're always keeping you guessing on which direction the pilot's actually gonna go.
Yeah, and it's almost like filler movements until they do that next banger trick that they do. They're always just like, even if it's like a yaw spin or flat yaw spin or something like that, like I that's the one thing I did notice is they like to link a lot of different variations into their tricks.
Yeah.
And I think that since there is so much open space and area, you have so much opportunities to be able to start to link in a few more tricks in there and stuff.
Yep. Hell yeah. All right. Let's take a look here. I got 7 responses for Blaze. Thanks again, Blaze, for submitting. Let's see what the people have to say. Jinx is asking, is it S-Spang or Spang?
I think it's Spang.
I think it's Spang, but I hear it pronounced all sorts of different ways, and it's however you feel in your
tomato,
heart.
Tomato, potato, potato.
Exactly. We all know what's up. All right. APV Drone joining us in the chat. What's up, APV? Ches mentioning that he liked Blaze's track choice. Hell yeah, I was definitely vibing out on it. I noticed I kept turning the volume up on it, so I don't know if you lowered the track volume or whatever to make the tune more apparent. I don't know, but it was a bit low. I think maybe you want to pay attention to your levels a bit more. One of the things in my world when I'm editing for work, basically you want to be hitting, like, if there's no dialogue or anything on, you know, over the music, then you want your music generally hitting -8 dB around there. That's kind of what I shoot for. So then that way you're not blowing out the audio, but then it's at like a comfortable loudness for the viewer. And then if you are having people talking over the audio, sync it down to like a -14 or a -18 dB. You know, you kind of have to feel it out. But yeah, let's take a look at the responses here. Intentionality, 3. Speed, 3. Difficulty, 3. Variety, 2. Originality, 3. Production, 3. Je ne sais quoi? Not this time, but you keep it up. You're gonna be blowing people's minds. Let's see. Feedback on here. Keep pushing and challenging yourself. Nice rips. Style is nice. I wish you jumped locations. It would be nice to see a few different fields, you know? And then smooth, controlled flying. Could use more proximity. I definitely agree with that. Proximity would be great. I think if you're flying in a big open field, like I was saying, you know, you take a cue from the Spang guys. open fields are kind of like their bread and butter, and the way they keep it interesting is by constant kind of speed and direction changes. You know, something to consider next time you go out flying, man. Thank you for submitting. Any words for Blaze?
Yeah, man, just keep pushing it. You know, try to get a little bit closer, a little bit more speed, stay a little bit lower, and just you know, maybe throw a little bit more fillers in there, a couple more tricks, especially when you're out in the field. I mean, definitely when you're flying around the trees, you know, it was pretty cool. You did a couple power loops and stuff like that. But I think just more trick variation and linkage from one to another will definitely make the flow go beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially with that spot.
Yeah. And again, these are all aspirational things. Number one most important thing is that you're having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Going out there and flying. And if you're having a good time, you've won already. Yeah, that's the most important, and honestly probably like the only thing. But if part of what you're seeking is to improve yourself and your skills at FPV, you know, take into consideration some of these things. All right. Thank you again, Blaze. Moving on to our next pilot.
Who do we got next?
We've got Diddy. Diddy, I believe this is his first submission on Super Critical. Let's take a look. Diddy, I know, recently sponsored by T-Motor. Part of the Young, I believe that YRZ, is that the Young Rippers? The buggy thing?
Might be.
And this is one of our local spots too.
Oh yeah, this is Blue Star.
Light FPV, what's up, my friend? I am so looking forward to Light sharing a new spot with us. He's moved, he's left the US, and he's now relocated, and he's on that hunt for a new spot, and I know he's gonna kill it when he does.
Things too personal. That's what I got Twitter for. Instagram, I'm like flex on you haters. Hi haters. This is my world, so it's all in my favor. I like all girls, yeah, all type of flavors. That don't matter, cause I just got my baby. Pull up right there, Mercedes. Oh, I don't wanna like the Navy. That girl to the sun, done number one like I'm a great. Oh, you said that you made me. Go ahead, make another one. Do what I want, cause I'm trusting them. I'm a lover till the love is done. Took your girl, she ain't try to run. Hit from the back so her legs get numb. Hit from the back so long that my own legs starting to get numb. Give me up, now she dumb. Tell her it's repercussions. Play her just like a drum. Making a night when you making a month.
Ooh, what was that? He put some words
He's
on that.
sneaking in there.
Yeah.
Subliminal messaging, huh, Diddy?
He's trying to get in our minds, guys.
Yeah. Probably says like buy T-Motor or something like that. He's trying to do right by sponsors. Nice. I love the like low to ground flying stuff. He's done it a couple times.
Yeah. He's got some technical. Definitely got some technical stuff that he's throwing out there.
Yeah.
And like those little TikToks right there, that was a nice little filler finesse.
Out here on his own. He set up one gate. He set up one racing gate. And then he said, fuck this, I'm flying freestyle.
He's like, I'm flying.
Oh my gosh, I am a big old dum-dum. And I played that entire video on the score screen. I am so sorry.
Yeah, we were just too memorized by that video, I guess.
Yeah, we were mesmerized. We were mesmerized.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go take care of something. I'll be back in like 2 minutes, if that.
Okay.
So.
All right. We'll give Diddy a proper playthrough.
Okay.
My
yeah,
bad.
because that.
Here we go. This is why I need Franco with me sometimes too. Helps keep me in check. While we're playing this again,
back then they napped on me. Now they all just act on me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. Pull out the Snapchats on me. I ain't got no Snapchat, homie. I think it's too personal. That's what I got Twitter for.
Swift Duck, welcome. Always enjoy having you here.
Now I'm hot, they all on me. Pull out the Snapchats on me. I ain't got no Snapchat, homie. I think it's too personal. That's
I
what
spammed the voting form in the chat. So after you feel like you've gotten a sense of you know, how you want to respond to Diddy's flying, please go over there and vote. Let Diddy know what your thoughts are. He's definitely doing a lot of things that I like here. You know, keeping things tight and low to the ground, going fast. Always good for a freestyle video. There are a couple things that I'm seeing in this video that I would like to see done potentially a little differently. Diddy, I'd like to see you push yourself and try some different variations. Right now, you're doing a lot of basically like flying straight through gaps, you know, doing gaps, doing lots of rolls. Not particularly a lot of flips, not a lot of yaw maneuvers. Love to see more reverse flying, you know, reverse split S's, things of that nature. I think if you could push yourself, you're really going to just kind of give yourself more variety in your flying here.
Boy said that you made me. Go ahead, make another one. Go what I want, cause I'm trusting none. And I'm a lover till the love is done. Took your girl, she ain't try to run. Hit from the back so her legs get numb. Hit from the back so long that my own legs starting to get numb. No, I walk with the racks.
It seemed like a good time, man. There's just going out and flying by yourself sometimes. This was like a nice sunset flight. It could be so just therapeutic, you know? Alright. So, again, I'm going to give this a few more moments. I messed up. I'm sorry, Diddy. I played your video the first time and such a small screen. Give it a second watch. Please vote on Diddy's video. Let my man know what you thought of his flying. Okay. Here we go. In the meantime, I'm going to give it another couple seconds here of Diddy's video. Vote, vote, vote.
No, I walk with the racks on me. Bad one, back, and you know she stole that on me. I don't want that girl, cause she want me, cause the cash on me. Yeah, you know she capping, homie. Dreadlock that cap on me. Back then they napped on me. Now they all just act on me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. Pull out the Snapchats on me. I ain't got no Snapchat, homie. I think it's too personal. That's what I got Twitter for. Instagram, I'm lagging. Back then they napped on me. Now they all just act on me. Now I'm hot, they all on me.
We got another response. Jason's back. Let's take a look at what the people had to say for Diddy. Alright, intentionality. We got 3.5. Speed. Call that a 4. Difficulty, 4. Variety, 3. Oh, we got another response in. Originality, 3. Production, 3. And the je ne sais quoi, he got the yes on that one.
Got it.
Feedback. You've come a long way and your love for racing is bleeding into your freestyle. I dig it. I too dig it. Looks like you were having fun. Nice and low. Hell yeah. Diddy! And the high cam angle made it feel more like a racing line and less like a freestyle video. Nice rip overall. You know, and I think that kind of echoes just kind of the feel. Everybody's got a different flight style. You know, some people have the low angle kind of camera tilt and what used to be kind of more of that like juicy thing or spang thing. Then there are people, one of like the pilots I really enjoy watching, A-Tech. A-Tech is all about speed and ripping lines like fast. Like, and I don't think he ever raced really, but he's definitely got that kind of racer style almost. That's really awesome. Let's see. Let's tally up the score. We got 4, 3, 7. So then 11, 14, 17, 20. With the Je ne sais quads, 21. That's 21. A really nice score, Diddy. Thank you for submitting, my man. Keep on ripping. I know you're going to keep progressing. It's going to be awesome. I hope I get to rip with you soon. All right. Up next, we got... Ooh, this will be a juicy one. This will be a juicy one. My man, Balkan X. I really hope someday I get to go out to LA and fly with this crew.
Yeah, this man is like, you want to talk about flow and just using the whole canvas.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That little bounce back to... it's a half
I would say underrated pilot.
Definitely.
I'm always like turning people on to Balkan X. I've definitely shared on the pilot highlights. I've definitely shared him a couple times.
That was a good transition into that Matty. Like, it's just, yeah, he's got that flow. Like, he's really mastered his flow, and it really defies him as a pilot.
I love that. Like, just like flying close to the building. And like this building is so great for it too, because of the texture on the surface of the building.
Definitely liking those rewinds he did. Those like roll rewinds.
Yeah. And again, like you were saying, you know, we've seen him fly the building, that little hill.
And you noticed he went through the split of the trees right there?
Yeah.
No, he's definitely using it all.
Nice. Yeah, this is like, for me personally, checking a lot of boxes for things that I like out of freestyle videos.
And the one thing that I kind of noticed though with his flying, he's always using a focal point, and he's reaching for that focal point. It's like when he went through that gap to where he did like a knife edge around the building with the tree going up to the tip, he's using the tip of the tree as a focal point.
Yeah. Very smooth on the sticks.
Very.
I want to see more of this. I love parking garages. I don't know why. I just love flying parking garages. Yes. 241. Okay, we've given him a little bit extra time. We were just so mesmerized by the flying here. Let's get the voting form out. Let's see. Where's my man at? Where's my man at? Let me find him. Here he is. Let me get the link. I'm going to spam this in the chat. You guys in the chat, let Balkan X, a.k.a. Brian2000, on Instagram. Let my mans know what you think. We're going to go back and give this another watch and see what kind of feedback we can give them.
Ooh.
Do you know? I know he's part of Team Gem Fan.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Have you talked with him much?
Casually here and there.
Casually here and there.
Yeah, I had a few conversations with him and everything. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely one of the guys that I would love to go out and fly with and stuff. You know, I think flying with him would definitely push me to try some stuff out of my comfort zone. Definitely.
One of the things I'm seeing here, I believe this is what looks like a session to me. And
It does.
One of the kind of shortcomings of the session is that its low light capabilities, especially nowadays in comparison to the cameras that are out there now. So there's a part of me that really wishes, and I feel like it's the same thing with Vanover, is I want the quality of the image to match the quality of the flying. And, you know, I know that that's kind of like a subjective thing, and it's lower in the tier of importance when it comes to flying. Because obviously, you know,
Yeah, skill is skill,
flying,
regardless.
Skill is skill. If
Yeah.
you're killing it, it doesn't matter if it's on a Run Cam Orange or you know, Hero 10 or Action 2, whatever. But maybe consider upping that camera game. I would
Action
love
2.
to see. I would love to see. I actually really like that Action 2 image. I think it looks really good.
I actually thought you wouldn't like it though, to be honest with you. When you were saying that you wanted to get one, I was like, oh man, he's gonna have so much stuff to say about it. But I was surprised. I was surprised.
There are some things I don't like about the fact that it doesn't have like an actual flat color profile.
Yeah.
So
The color
everything
grading
that's
sucks
dark,
for it.
yeah, everything that's dark ends up getting really crushed. But the
But
image looks nice.
Is it a trade-off with the image and the weight reduction? Do you think
I will say that weight reduction made my flying noticeably more enjoyable. And so it's one of those things where you know, I've given, as of right now, I'm going Action 2. I'm leaving GoPro behind and going with Action 2. Now, if GoPro decides that they're going to do another session type thing, then I'd probably jump ship back to GoPro, because I do think the image and what you can get out of it is a little bit better.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Anyway, let's take a look. We got some responses in for Balkan X.
Let's see what you guys got to say.
All right. Intentionality 5. Yeah, I would agree. Speed 5. Killing it. Difficulty 5. Variety 4.
I can't put it. This finger doesn't move to half.
Originality 5. Production 5. Je ne sais quoi. Yes, it got that je ne sais quoi. Any other feedback for the video? You can juice on my screen anytime you want. You know, generally look for productive criticism, but you know, we will take it. Very fun to watch. Great rip. Hell yeah, it was. Slick and smooth, and the rewinds are on point. Yup. Here's your perfect score. You're welcome. It's one of those inspiring videos you pull up before you go out to fly. This, I think, if you're an FPV pilot, I think if you get a comment like that like your video or whatever inspires someone else to fly, that is like that is the best thing you can possibly hear. And I would agree, but Balkan X has definitely been one of the dudes that has always gotten me psyched to fly.
Yeah.
So let's get the, let's do the thing. The math
count?
needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. Let's crunch some numbers, man.
Intentionality 5. Speed got to 10. Difficulty we got the 15. Variety 19. I don't know. Are we gonna get there? I don't know. Are we gonna get there? Originality
close.
24.
Oh, we're close.
Production 29. 29. So close. Je ne sais quoi. Yes, that's a perfect score, everybody. Let's hit Balkan X with that fire! Dude, tasty rip.
That was good, man. Really good.
I thoroughly enjoyed that. Good stuff, man. Keep it up, Balkan X. If you don't know Balkan X, you should. Go check out his YouTube channel. In fact, hold on, let me go over here. I'm gonna
pop it right in there.
I'm gonna spam that link in the chat as well. If you're not subscribed to this man, go and subscribe to this man. He's a fucking killer on the sticks.
I think, what was it? One of the first times you guys had me on, you asked me about who I've been following recently and like what video, and I said Balkan X.
There we go.
Like, this guy's definitely. Just watching his videos kind of taught me a few things. Like he's definitely an inspirational flyer. So keep it up, man. Definitely keep it up.
Yeah. Hell yeah. You're getting added to the Hall of Fame. I believe he's now chasing you for the number of perfect scores. He's got.
Oh, really?
That's his. I believe that's his second perfect score. So good shit, Balkan X. But you're old hat now. Forget about Balkan X.
We gotta move on.
Balkan X's time is over. Now it's time for my man, Rex Snow.
Ooh,
Back from the dead.
Oh,
4th of
yes.
July just happened.
I purposely did not watch this video because I wanted to see this one. This is always a bucket list of mine right here. Fireworks. That is so sick.
Flying fireworks is so much fun.
I don't get the support, but I guess that's just life.
It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's exhilarating. You want to try to get blown up by a firework when you're in there, you know? And the thing is, like, those things can hit you and just bounce off and keep going.
I'd figure that there's two ways. Either it blows up too close, there goes a couple wires of yours or something.
I've only done it once. I was actually here for this, and I only had one quad left over after the day of flying, and it wasn't. The ELRS thing was not. I wasn't trusting it to go out and fly in the fireworks, potentially in the direction of people, and to be, you know, if it crashed, it was like, it meant it was stuck there. We weren't allowed to go out until the next day.
Yeah.
So I just decided to stand back and spot for other people.
And like, how is that flying it? Like, how is it? Like, you can't see anything probably, right?
No, it's really hard, especially if you're flying DJI. The ground is nothing but pure black. So I don't think you can really see it in Rex's video here. But we set up like a triangle of lights. So we always kind of knew where to fly back to, and they were colored a specific way. So it was very important to have some sort of visual marker to come back to, because you can't see nothing at night. Nice.
That was
That
good.
was fun. That was fun.
Good, man.
Rex Snow. All right, let me get the voting form. Rex Snow.
I just gotta
Rex Snow,
say, right off the
aka
bat,
Goldfinger Operator.
great style that you did with it, especially with the music choice. How a lot of times when you did like those snappy up reveal moments of when it exploded above you, it went right with the beat. That was some good production on that.
There's good bit of editing. Other thing that I noticed, I'm gonna spam the voting form in the chat right now. If you're on the stream, look at the chat, click on that link, go vote. Let Rex know what you think. I know this is a bit different than your typical freestyle video, but you know, let my mans know what you thought. We're gonna play that again. And there's one thing, I think it was very specific choice, but he did not stabilize his footage. This might be the first time I've seen unstabilized firework footage.
You wanna know what's funny? I didn't even notice it. Like, 'cause I'm usually a stickler for that, but I was just so like memorized by watching everything like explode and like the precision of like following stuff. Like,
yeah, Rex Snow is definitely talented. He has a knack for that kind of like precision flying and chasing after a subject. He gets in there. He gets in there.
like that right there, that snap up to it. It was like, it looks so precise.
We don't get what we need. We're all wrapped up in greed. There's an ego to feed.
Go ahead, everybody, click on that link in the chat, vote.
Wish I could press
Let my
restart.
mans know what you thought of this
I
play.
don't mean to get dark.
And it doesn't matter what your skill level is, if you're the best pilot in the world or if you're a brand new pilot, all opinions count.
Think I might have hit bottom already.
I would be curious to see, you know, what this would look like going through real steady. Not that it needs
You know what? Yeah.
much steadying, but I would love to be able to like watch it side by side and see how the feel of it changes, you know?
Yeah, like how it changes and like just what produces from it.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's pretty smooth over and all, regardless. Like,
Yeah. So for you, fireworks is a bucket list item.
oh
For
yeah,
me, monster trucks. I want to chase monster
yeah,
trucks
yeah.
so bad.
I do got to
So
say, you know, seeing Mr. Quad Daddy do this all the time, you know, it's like, bro, that's sick.
IR Squibs, what's up, man? Thank you for joining us on the live
We got
stream.
Squibs. What's going on, bro?
All right, we have some responses. Let's see what the people had to say about Rex Snow's flying. We got 7 responses. Thank you for participating, everybody. This is what makes this show important to us, and I think important to the people that participate as well. So, intentionality, we got a 4. Speed. This is an interesting one because how do you judge this
Yeah.
one for speed? It's all over the place here.
For this one, it's kind of hard to judge it, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll call it like it is. The score sheet says what it says. 2.5. Difficulty. This, I have never seen it spread this far apart. It's not a typical freestyle video. I will say that the difficulty factor here is like, how do you frame up the shot? Like, this is more about displaying the fireworks, right? I don't know how to count this one. This is taking me for a loop. Let's call it a 4. We'll call it a 4. Variety, again, this is a difficult one. We'll call this one a 3. Originality, 5. Getting that originality. Production,
I mean,
5.
Definitely the originality. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. And the je ne sais quoi, Yes, it tingled people's
It's a
dingles to watch some fireworks exploding. Everybody is wishing they could have flown the fireworks, and I feel like Rex Snow showed them how it's done.
I don't know about
So
you
let's
guys,
do the
but
time.
I'm jelly. I'm jelly.
Let's see. Let's do 4 points. We'll call this 2.5 points, so that's 6.5. 10.5. 13.5. 18.5. 23.5 plus the je ne sais quoi. 24.5 points. Very nice stuff, Rex Snow.
Good job, man. Definitely
Hell
good job.
yeah. Thank you for submitting that one. That was a hoot. That was a hoot. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's see who's up next. Who's on deck next? We got Average FPV with the Shuriken Whoop. Last flight. I wonder what that means. Was it the last flight of the Shuriken?
So is he doing all this with a whoop?
Yeah. He doesn't really fly 5-inch, I don't believe. I think he mostly flies whoops. Like
Okay.
3-inch and smaller.
I do got to say it's pretty impressive, the moves that he's pulling off with the whoop.
Yeah.
Like, you know, at first I was thinking, like, was it a transition into like a 5-inch for a second? Like, but okay.
Dude, everything flies so good nowadays.
Oh, I know. The flight controllers and everything is just, it's amazing where it came from. You know, like, I'm pretty sure not a lot of people know what Betaflight under 3.0 is. I remember my first quad was like Betaflight 2.8 or some shit like that. And like,
I wonder. I still have my Eachine Wizard. That was my first FPV drone. Was a Wizard X220S, and I wonder what that came with. I believe I started in the 3.0 era. I don't.
3.0. I had my first quad was a rodeo or Walk Hero rodeo, like, and it came with like 2.8 on there, like, and I mean it was like 3.1 something RC whatever was out and stuff like that, but I flew that for about a month, and then I started tapping into Betaflight and all the other features and functions it had. But
oh my god, I totally fucked up. I just realized that we didn't hit the comments for Rex's video.
oh no.
We'll circle back around, Rex. We'll make sure to give you your due. Jesus. We're in shambles on this live stream. Franco, I apologize, everybody. Franco is, as you can tell, the much more organized one.
We're blaming it on your guys' videos, man. You guys are getting too good, man. Like, we're just sitting here at Oz, like, just watching these videos.
All right, we're at the 2:30 mark. I'm gonna roll back time a little bit. Let me get Average's score sheet out there, and then
It's gonna be right over here, guys. So make sure you look at it. Click on the link. Vote.
boom. Here we go. I'm gonna spam that in the chat. I'm also juggling a lot more than I normally do with Franco being out. He usually handles all the forms, and I just do the OBS stuff. Okay, so in the chat right now is the voting form for Average's video. Very nice stuff, Average. Let Average know what you thought, and then really quickly we're going to revisit Rex Snow's comments while everybody votes, and then we'll give Average a second view real quick. First comment for Rex Snow: baby, you're a firework. We got some Katy Perry vibes on that
Ooh.
one.
Now
Rex
that song's gonna be
Snow-
stuck in my head all night.
Rex Snow, like Jesus, is better after he returns from the dead. Nice. I was trying to figure out which way was up the whole time. Risky, but very rewarding. You killed it. That's the other part. When you're flying fireworks like that, sky, ground look exactly the same.
And that's the funny thing was, I was actually, the second time around, I was trying to figure out what was inverted and what was straight up.
Yeah.
You know, like which direction is he headed? And I just started focusing on the horizon, and I just kept on noticing little fireworks in the background. So I just kind of tried to focus on that for a little bit to determine it. But definitely good job.
Yeah. All right. Loved when you followed the flaming tails, much more than just being up there when the fireworks are going off. Good work. Yeah, that's a great point. And then final comment, love me some fireworks. Wish I could have flown some this past 4th of July. I don't know who made that comment. I hope you get a chance to fly some fireworks too. It is super fun. All right, Rex. Those were your comments. Great stuff again. But this isn't all about Rex. We're here. We're talking about Average. Let's take a look here and talk about Average's flight. And in the chat again, voting form is in there. Let Average know what you thought about his flight. I feel like now this is Average's like maybe even 4th or 5th video that he's submitted on here, and he's always been flying a variety of different quads, and I've seen a variety of different flight styles from him. This flight style I'm noticing, especially in these opening couple seconds here, is very fluid, kind of like proxy based, kind of a man after my own heart with the way he's flying here. As per usual, Average always has like a good vibe in his videos. Good, like really good, interesting music choices.
I was gonna say, I'm definitely digging the song that he chose. It's nice and smooth, and goes with the flow that he's got going on.
Dude, and for who he's sending this thing, bro.
Dude, that thing's going fast.
Yeah.
Like,
And the tune is pretty good. I'm noticing some oscillations. It looks like it might be like prop wash, a little bit of prop wash there. Could potentially be masked if I don't know if he's flying with an ND filter on his camera or not. I don't think so. On the FPV cam.
oof. That was a prop. That was a proppy.
Oh, that's why it's called The Last Flight. That was the last flight because he killed that thing. All right, let's take a look. We got some responses in here. Let's see. I know I kind of broke things up a little bit. All right, there we go. We got a good amount of responses here. Let's take a look. What do the people have to say? Intentionality, 4. Speed, 4. I think actually for a whoop and how that thing flew, It was super impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. Like at first, I didn't even think it was a whoop. I thought it was like a transition into something different.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the shuriken whoop is. I don't know if that's like a type of frame or whatever, but whatever that build is, it's pretty sick.
I was gonna say, I want it, man. If it goes that fast, I want it.
Yeah. Variety 3 not only goes that fast, but flies as well as it does. Now, the thing that we have to mention is that it doesn't seem like it had any sort of action camera on there. I believe the video was DVR that we were looking at.
Okay.
And it looked like, I believe when we saw it take off, it had the 2 antennas, so I think it had a full-size air unit in it, and I think that's what we're seeing. Anyway, originality 3, production 2.5, je ne sais quoi, si, oui. The feedback for the video. Hard to believe you can fly a Sinnoh like this. Great job. That whoop rippin' and smooth rippage. Nice comments. I would love to see what that whoop flies like with an action camera on it. Either a naked or like a go-to or action 2. I would be curious to see what that thing flies like with a full-on hefty boy Hero 10 on there. All right. But could you see the dingles? Wolf Gardens asking, could you see the dingles? I will say I did not see the dingles.
I did not notice either.
Oh my god, the dingles are usually something I spot right away. I'm pretty sure this video was dingle free.
I mean, I'm focusing in the corners. I don't see anything.
Nah, no dingles. Dingle free. Again, cut from the same block. Me and Average here, keeping the dingles out of our videos. There was one video, Phoenix, absolutely amazing pilot, and he put out a heater of a video, but it had some of the worst dinglage I have ever seen in an FPV video, and it was driving me absolutely wild. I'm like, bro, please just scale it up, like 3%. All you need is like 3% to get that out. Or
take those cutters and just snip.
Yeah, or cut them out. Yeah. But the video afterwards, I think he realized it because the video afterwards, it was gone or mostly gone. He still had some tingles, but yeah. Anyway, back to Average here. Let's tally up his score. We got a 4. We got 8, 12, 15, 18. We're gonna call that 2.5, so 20.5. And a 60% on the je ne sais quoi. 21.5 points. That's a solid score.
That's a good job for that whoop, man. Definitely really good.
Thank you very much, Average, for submitting. But now let's move on. Move on to our next pilot. Whoops. That is the wrong place to put that link. Here we go. Next pilot, we have Menace. I don't believe I've seen Menace on here before. Dang, some wild looking trees.
In your fight, I show you right. On your flight, I show you sight. What it takes is up in the stakes. On my plight, I give you light. On my beats, on my treats. Stamp and stomping, stamp and stomping,
This track is crazy. These trees are Yeah, get in there. You get in there.
These are some nice trees to get right up in there.
Yeah, they're so inviting. All these like sprawling branches, not with like not a ton of foliage in the middle of the tree. It's like these are prime FPV trees.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Crank it up.
This song is so wild.
Got me vibing right now with it.
Alright, we're gonna pause it right there. We're gonna pause it right there. Nice stuff, Menace. Let me get the voting form out here. Here we go. Boom, boom. Copy, and I'm gonna spam it in the chat. DadBodDadBod in the chat.
We got
Making an
Mr.
appearance, huh?
Mr. DadBod himself.
It must have been a late work night. Wish we could have you on the stream with us as well, but we're having a good time without you.
We're trying to live up to what you can do, man.
Yeah. So I just posted the voting forms in the chat. Please click on that link. Vote for what you thought on Menace's video. We're gonna go back. We're gonna revisit it while you do that, and share some of our thoughts. Share what we think could be done to help Menace improve upon his flying. I definitely have some thoughts.
I definitely have a few too.
All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. What do you got?
The one thing though is I do feel like he could get a little bit tighter to some of the trees, like right there, how far he went up to do that split S. You know, maybe keep it a little bit tighter to the top of the trees might give it a little bit more dynamic feel.
I think one of the things that I'm noticing, you know, I try to kind of comment on everything when I can, and one of the things, especially with open field videos and auto exposure, when you run full auto on a sunny day, you get a lot of what can be referred to as exposure breathing, right? And so like here, when you do these really big power loops, you're pointed up to the sky, all of a sudden your camera is exposing for the sky, and then you turn down, you're looking at the ground, and then it just looks like a wash of black almost before the auto exposure thing catches up again. So if you can, if you have the ability to, I always think it's best if you're flying a field on a sunny day, pop an ND filter on there, lock your exposure, keep it consistent, and I think that will just help your video quality overall. For me, it's always so distracting when all of a sudden we're looking up at something and then you come back down and then it's like, oh, just fully crushed image. I think that doing that will definitely help kind of increase the production value of the video, and just make it overall well-rounded. In addition to kind of some of the things like Jason was saying, keeping it tight. Right now, I feel like you have a pretty decent grasp of control of your quad. I think now it's like a challenging yourself to get closer and to push it. And you're spending a lot of time above the trees in this video. I would love to see even more of you getting in there, as Rex Snow would call it, penetrating those trees, violating those trees, getting in there. And I'd love to see variations of tricks done in there. You know, like you start to explore it a little bit, but I feel like the kind of exemplary display of proxy skills is getting in there and really kind of being tight in a tree and showing your viewer how comfortable you are being in that space. Someone that you could look at for that is Light FPV. If you look at Light FPV's videos, he has a ton of stuff where he's flying proxy within the trees, and it's super impressive. So very nice stuff, Menace. Thank you for submitting. Let's
Definitely
take a
good
look.
flying.
What are the people? Yeah, let's take a look and see what the people have got to say. Intentionality 4, speed 3. I agree. One of the other things is that your speed can be improved. You flew at a very consistent pace the entire way through. And one of the things I like to see is contrast, you know, varying amounts of speed. And if you are going to go at one speed the whole time, balls out is always better
Full throttle.
than medium to slow. Difficulty 3, variety 3, originality 3, production 2.5. And I think this goes back. I think what you're seeing here is possibly people reacting to the auto exposure thing, because your image when it was exposed looked very nice, but that exposure breathing is something that is very apparent and can take viewers out of it. And then je ne sais quoi, you got a yes
You
on
got
that
it.
one, my
You
friend.
got the je ne sais quoi.
Yeah. So let's take a look at the comments. Wish you used those tree branches a little more. A lot of mixed gaps. Nice flying. Keep it up. Yep. I think you did overall. You did do a good job of flying above and below and in between. But it's like let's tighten it up and really push yourself to do the more difficult aspects of it. Each loop or roll over the trees should get a little tighter till that gap isn't so big. Great work, keep it up. Again, I think that's fantastic bit of feedback. That's the
Really good
aspirational
feedback.
stuff, right? Like just get as close and as tight to things as possible, and just really try to display your comfort with the sticks, with the quad, and display your skill level. So really great stuff, Menace. I think you're well on your way.
Yeah, and it's not about to criticize or anything to make anybody feel bad. It's just to help you and everything. You know, that's what this channel is about. Is not just our feedback or the audience's feedback, but it's supposed to help you to push yourself. You know, to go and strive to do more and to go faster, hit it harder. Just basically send it. You know. So don't take what we say as harsh criticism. It's just to help you to get better and to become a better pilot and to be where you want to be within yourself with it.
And what we honestly want, you know, anybody that watches the show and participates is, dude, we want everybody to push themselves and just be badass rippers, man. And you know, take our feedback with a grain of salt and you know, whatever. As long as you're getting out and flying, that's the biggest win right there. Like,
as long as you're
having
fun. Yeah,
Exactly.
in general, having fun. If you're not having fun, then you know it's FPV is nothing but fun.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Anyway, let's tally up the points.
let's
We
see
got
what
a
you got.
4 for intentionality. With speed, we get to a 7.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty, we get to 11. Wait, no, sorry, 10. Math. Variety, 13.
Mm-hmm.
Originality, 16. Production, 18 and a half. And Je ne sais quoi brings you up to that 19 and a half.
19
Solid
and a half.
Score. Dude,
Good job.
Menace, and I think I see Menace in the chat, potentially Emlyn FPV. He said, "Thanks guys, great feedback." So hell yeah. All right, let's go on. Let's go on to the next video here. Looped. This will be our 10th video for the night. And I think this will be, we'll do Looped, and we'll do one more afterwards, and then we'll call that a night. Here we go. Looped. FPV GC Chill Day.
Mm-hmm.
5 hours. Yeah, I'm still yeah.
This music feels like it's gonna be epic.
Oh, we got a stick cam.
Operator, he found another another meaning for your name.
Funcore.
Funcore.
Oh, right there. Yeah. I was kind of wondering where they were standing and stuff, but now I see them under the tree.
But even just like outside of that, it doesn't look like. Okay, wait. I think I might have just seen a house or something. They must be out in the country. I mean, obviously it's all mowed out there. That was kind of interesting. Yes.
I like that little rewind.
Oh, I wish he would have rewound back into that gap. I feel like he wanted it. I feel like he wanted it. Okay, we are at 2:45. We're gonna stop that video there. Let me get my man's score sheet up. And then we'll let the people's voices be heard. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna spam the voting form in the chat right now. Please click on that link. Give Looped your thoughts on what you thought of his flying, and we are gonna go back and we're gonna revisit it from the top here. I definitely have thoughts right off the bat.
I do gotta say, I know a lot of people don't like the stick cam aspect, but me personally, I always like to see how different pilots, you know, the way that they fly based off of, you know, the stick movements. So I kind of, me personally, I'm always one of those ones that enjoy the stick cam. Kind of gives me aspect into the first person piloting skills. you know,
Sure.
watching their fingers move and everything.
I am on team no stick cam, but I understand why people like it, and like if you want to run stick cam, you do you, boo-boo. I will say though, this stick cam in particular, what I wish, I mean, the angle, right? Like, it's kind of tough because you don't necessarily see the full kind of range of the stick deflections. I think you get it.
Yeah. You
I
can't
wish it
really
was a
see the
little more-
pitch, but you
Yeah.
can see the roll, definitely.
Like, yeah, I wish it was a little more top down, but also I think because of it and how much headroom he's got left, like I wish he would have cut
It was,
like another 10-15% off the top of it.
kind of like if it was blended in a little bit more.
Yeah, because
Like,
it feels like it's taking up a little too much space on the center, and I almost felt like the focal point of the image is actually just slightly above
right above it.
the stick cam, and it's a little distracting for me. So I feel like if you're gonna do stick cam, it's a functional element that's in there, but it also needs to not distract too much.
Yeah.
I wish you would have cropped a little bit more off the top, you know, or I feel like the size of it is just right in terms of scale, but I feel like you could have totally, like, from the
Taken a little
sides, the left and the right
background,
sides, you
yeah.
could have brought that in, and then off the top definitely bring that in, just because it's taking, you know, away from the image of your play.
Yeah, that's the hard part about when you're doing stick cam is trying to find that middle ground that's not going to take away from the video, but it's also going to add to the video itself as well.
Yes.
And
yes.
I think that especially with stick cams, like it's either a hit or miss. It's a fine line, kind of. And
Yeah.
myself personally, I've been a victim of, hey, why did I throw stick cam on there and stuff? But this was a very good representation. But like you were saying, I do agree. Maybe kind of narrowing a little bit of the side, the backgrounds a little bit more
Yeah.
focal onto the hands itself might be able to bring a little bit more into the background video as well, still get the same aspect that you're trying to accomplish with the stick cam on there.
Yeah. So definitely a lot of production heavy comments coming from this side. But what do the people got to say?
Yeah, but the flying was good. I gotta
was
admit that was some good. Those rewinds, man. You definitely got those. Definitely
Yeah.
keep up with that.
There was the one that I know I could. It felt like he was trying to go back into the gap he came out from, and it looked like he got a little scared there and bailed on it. I wish he would have committed. But yeah, I mean, dude, nice video. You were out there flying with a bunch of your buddies out in the field. Looked like a good time.
Regardless of
Intentionality.
what we say, you made it look good. Let's put it that
Hell
way.
yeah. Hell yeah. Intentionality, 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
Speed, 3. Difficulty, 3. Variety, 4.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Originality, 3.5. Production, 3.5. And the je ne sais quoi, yes. Okay, we got 2 bits of feedback. I feel like stick cam isn't necessary, but if you like it, do you? That's my feelings. Nice video. It looked pretty. Consider trying to keep your throttle up as you go through tricks. For example, your power loops. This will help you from bleeding off a lot of speed as you go through maneuvers. It may also help you with linking of tricks and obstacles carrying momentum through. Time to push and see yourself to the next level. You got the skills! Exclamation point. That's
a very good comment.
fantastic.
Very good one.
Fantastic bit of comment of feedback, and yeah, I fully agree with that. So let's go back let's go back to the top and let's give Loop his tally.
Let's see those numbers.
We got 4.5, 7.5, 10.5, 14.5, 15, 18. We got a 21.5 plus the je ne sais quoi point. That puts you at a solid 22.5 points.
22. Good job, man. Good
Good
job.
stuff, Looped. Yeah, I believe this is a second or third video that he's posted on here. I'm glad to see you coming back. Enjoy having you on. And we're going to cap this off last but not least.
Final submission.
The grand finale picked by the randomizer. We're going to do Zulu FPV.
Ooh, that's a name I know.
Session. And we got the ultra wide. Instantly, I recognize the ultra wide on this one.
Yep. It's hard to not distinguish that one. My favorite view. Ooh, that was good. Holy, that was steezy, man. That was, ooh.
Whoa, wait a minute. Okay, was that on purpose or was that a happy accident? It looked on purpose.
That was nice.
That's cool, I like that. Nice. Ooh!
Nice recovery on that one. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
That was good. And that wall ride tap too. That was
Tucking
pretty
in
good.
there.
Oh, definitely save, man. Save after save. That was good. Oh. Nice.
Okay, now I gotta go back and watch that one move again.
Oh, that was okay. That tripped me up for a second.
Nice.
All right.
Good stuff. All right.
I gotta say, right off the bat, that kind of kept me on my toes a little bit.
Yeah, let me get the voting form out there. I know this will be the last video for the night. I know there are a handful of you guys that submitted. You know, the randomizer didn't get you guys this time, but please keep submitting. We love having you guys on. We love seeing your videos, and we love interacting with you. Here we go. I am spamming the chat right now. So if you're watching, please click on that link. Give Zulu your thoughts on his flight. We are going to go revisit right now. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for that one move at the beginning. There's one thing that can be commented on pretty visible, and that's I don't know if it's a tune thing. I don't know if he had a particularly beat up quad that day. But there's definitely some rough edges there with those oscillations.
A little bit of prop wash at the bottom.
A little bit of prop wash, yeah.
Maybe a little more D. It's coming up though. There we go.
Oh my God! He went for that. That was purposeful. That was good.
I was actually thinking. I was hoping to see him do that again, but pop up over and then go underneath that bench. That's right there.
I'm a big fan of those, like, the fakey kind of maneuvers.
Mm-hmm. And they're not easy to do either. To get them timed just right, especially in a, you got cap on both sides and you're shooting straight up.
fancy to do a reverse split S going into something like that. Nice.
I like that one that come out of that. That was definitely well played.
I love it because it was like, it was set up like he was going to try to finish that power loop, and then it was a total like misdirection. Nope, he Maddie's out. That was nice. All right. Let's see here. We got a couple responses. We'll let you guys give a couple more moments to finish voting. That was a great. I feel like this is a great one to go out on.
Goldfinger in the chat.
Goldfinger always keeping it.
DadBod,
Always
it's
keeping it
true.
entertaining.
You're getting cosmetic thumb surgery for stick cam footy. Oh man.
You
He's
don't
always
need to feel
throwing them jokes out there.
self-conscious.
Don't worry, DadBod.
Cosmetic surgery.
You
for
got good
stick
looking
cam
hands.
footy.
Okay.
That's funny. So I know it's the end of the night, but if we can get at least one more vote in for our man Zulu, I really appreciate Zulu submitting. All right, here we go. Here we go. The votes are rolling in, everybody. Let's see what the people have to say for Zulu. Brett Litzer is wondering, Zulu, how many quads were killed in the making of this episode?
That's a good question.
I wonder what the tally would be. So I don't know if that was specific to Zulu or if it was specific to this entire stream today. Man, we kill a lot of quads here. I've got a feeling a lot of quads have been murdered.
Feel free to put your quad count in the chat. You know.
All right, here we go. Intentionality 5. I think there were some very intentional moves there. Speed, we got a 4.5, splitting it up there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yep. Difficulty 4. Variety 4. Originality 4. Production 4. And we got 100% je ne sais quoi.
Ooh.
Okay, we got a comment. Way to cap off the night. Next comment. I see you pushing. Hell yeah, keep it up. The edit felt a bit choppy, but I understand the highlight reel nature. Even so, for next steps, I would love to see a lot of those cool ass ideas put together in a sequence. That's what explodes the brain. Love some of the 2-trick combos in there, and the spot is a fantastic place to really explore how far you can take it.
I agree.
Nice job. That is a great bit of feedback.
Good job, guys.
I got a feeling
Definitely
I got a feeling I know where that feedback is coming from. Very insightful, very good. Okay, loved it. Sharp situational awareness and throttle control. Very good. Let's give our man the tally and see. Are we going to have a 2 perfect score night? We got a 5, 9, 13, 17, 21.
We're getting close.
25.
Oh, we're close.
26. Not quite.
26.
Not quite, but that is a solid score.
That's a good one, man.
That is what I would call a I enjoyed that one very much. Jason, did you enjoy that one?
I definitely did that. Like I said, that one kept me on my toes, you know, and anything that keeps me on my toes, I got to say, thumbs up. Good job, man. Definitely keep pushing, keep trucking. And, you know, I can't wait to see what else you put out there. It's, you know, it's only progression from here.
Hell yeah. And I see Average FPV is joining us at the very end of the stream. Appreciate having you. Thank you for submitting again. Definitely in the comments of the video, let us know about that Shuriken build. And I had a good time watching that last video, but I've had a great time watching the videos all night long. Really appreciate you guys coming, hanging out with us. And in another 2 weeks, we will be back. There will be a different backdrop behind me. I'm going to be in a totally different living situation. But yeah. Peace out, everybody. Have a good night.
You have a good one.
Bye.
Later.